Oh, I got a real quick tip for you here. I'm going to show you a couple different ways we can blank out some things using the blank line style, in case you didn't know about that, and a couple other methods as well. So oftentimes we want to select the exterior room. If you didn't know this, maybe I should do a video on that. This is the exterior room that we've selected, and in my edit toolbar, I'm going to make a room polyline. That's going to give me this line. I might be using this line to report some kind of value, but I might not want to show this line because we could switch to some different view, and what will happen is that will show up as a CAD line. So what you can always do is open up a polyline, get into the line style, okay, line style panel here, and in the style designation, go ahead and click and drop this down and go to this. And now I know it doesn't look like much to someone completely new. This would just look like, you know, some weird gap in all these different lines, but that's actually a blank line. Look at that. So that when I press OK, we no longer can see this line, but you can see I can still select it there. It's just not displaying that line. So that's a really cool trick that you might need to use for a variety of different reasons. Now, another reason this becomes impactful is when you get into drawing CAD details and you want to get into some a little bit more advanced details maybe. I'm going to go ahead and open this up, and we're going to show that I'm kind of using, you know, these breaks as a continuation, right? Well, actually what I have here is, look at that. It's just a polyline that has a blank line style, that has a fill style as well, set to solid white. And then I changed the draw order so that it was in front of these other CAD elements. Now, something else that you can do is, let me just copy this polyline over here, is we're going to see here, look, I might want to not show this solid line here. And so we can do something about that in X17, which is, let me just break this, move this around. Notice that this is my selected edge handle. I've changed my colors and preferences to show my selected edge handle very clearly. And what I can say here is I don't want to show this selected edge. So that effectively turns that into that blank line style. I could do the same thing over here. And look how clever that is. That kind of looks like a continuation. So that we can get that fill in there while still having some kind of, you know, section cut line width here, where maybe we're coming into the line style and maybe I'm setting the line weight to something like 80 and showing my line weights, and there you go. That would be an appropriate way to show that we're cutting through something that's continuous in a CAD detail and still show that it's kind of broken up at the top. So really cool method there as well. And then kind of the last thing that you could do is, in the case that you need to, you've got a polyline, you've shaped that polyline, maybe we're not worried about the fill, you can always take a selected edge handle and use the disconnect selected edge, and that will get rid of that edge. Now notice this is no longer a closed polyline, so we can't apply a fill to it, but we can always just disconnect a couple of edges to get maybe a shape that we need where we don't want a closed polyline. So there's something in that as well. I got more CAD tricks for you. This was just supposed to be a quick video. Take care.